Hey guys, how's it going? Today we've got 4 of the most premium flagship smartphones in the market. This is the Samsung Galaxy S6, the LG G4, the HTC One M9 Plus and the Xperia Z3 Plus. 4 big smartphones, they cost quite a bomb, and if you have to actually pick one of them, which one should it be? So we've tested these out in terms of design, performance and features, and let's see how they fare. One of the key deciding factors for a smartphone is its design, how well it's built, the materials used, how it fits in the hand, and whether it's comfortable and all the buttons are easily accessible. First things first, let's get the screen size out of the way. All phones except the Z3 Plus come with 1440p resolution screens, which are sharper than Xperia's full HD screen. The G4 is the largest at 5.5 inches, while both the Z3 Plus and the M9 Plus come with 5.2-inch screens. Samsung not only has the smallest screen at 5.1 inches, but it's also the thinnest and lightest phone amongst the flagships. It has a metal bezel this time around, and the glass has got a nice finish to it that gives it a dual-tone texture. This is protected by Gorilla Glass both on the front and the back. The S6 battery is also sealed in, so it's not replaceable, and there is no expandable memory, both of which are a first for the S series. The LG G4 really stands out from the lot for its leather back and a slightly curved form factor. At the back are the power and volume keys, which are easily accessible by the index finger. This is quite functional and results in clean sides with no buttons. The bezel is made of plastic but looks good and blends well with the leather, which feels soft and premium. This back cover is also removable, so you can replace the battery on the move, something that none of the other flagships offer. The HTC One M9 Plus takes advantage on its existing One series design, which was amongst the first Android phones to come in an aluminium body. This unibody design now takes on a blingy turn with a polished back and the dual-tone finish with the gold bezel on the sides. We really like this touch, but personally, I'm not a big fan of the glossy back. I prefer the matte finish. The power key has also come on the side of the M9 Plus, which is a good thing considering its size, and there is the option of expandable memory as well. It's the Xperia Z3 Plus which is the most durable of the lot. The phone is waterproof like the previous generation, something that none of the other phones can boast of. Even though the touchscreen functionality underwater is impossible, you can use the camera button to take photos and video underwater. We'll talk about its camera performance later, but the big deal here is that there are no flaps to cover the ports, except for the SIM card and microSD slot, which don't need much opening anyway. Both the headphone jack and the microUSB ports are open and are water resistant. The phone is slightly thinner than its previous generation, and it's got the same metal bezel with the hardened glass on the front and the back. The corners are separate pieces of metal which are more glossy than the rest of the phone. Even though the Z3 Plus looks pretty much like the previous generation, we still love its design. Design is personal. One may fall for the leather back of the G4 and the other might be hung up on the dual-tone design of the M9 Plus. Or you could go with the thinnest and lightest S6 or the simple but functional Z3 Plus. Take your pick. Out of the 4 phones, 2 of them have fingerprint scanners, something that has become popular after the iPhone, and both of them work pretty well. You don't have to swipe on the Samsung anymore like the previous generation, just a tap does it. And HTC's large home button is also very responsive. In fact, I found it better than the S6 and even the iPhone. Honestly, the One M9 Plus was bang on all the time. All the phones run on Android Lollipop and have their own overlays. Vibrancy seems to be the key here. Some are a little over the top and animated, and the others are slightly more subtle. All of them come with extra features, some that are unique and some that have become a norm. Samsung's TouchWiz interface has finally become a leaner overlay that is more fluid than ever, and the icons and tabs look more colorful, but nothing drastically different. Like the G4, this too supports split-screen multitasking. There is a feed screen on the extreme left of the home screen which connects to Flipboard for news and social media feeds. HTC's got the more polished and clean design with no frills, except that the Sense UI is more colorful than before. We love the blink feed on the extreme left of the home screen. This connects to your social media accounts and news and collates it in a beautiful manner. This is also highly customizable. The G4 comes with multi-window options with its own set of side apps that can pop up in another window. It also feels the most animated user interface amongst the lot, but we have to say it's very fluid and highly customizable. Unlike the HTC and Samsung, the G4 home screen doesn't have a feed slide, but one that's called Smart Bulletin, which is a bunch of apps that you can glance into and operate, like the Health app, Calendar, Music, and even the Universal Remote. The Z3 Plus would have to be the vanilla of overlays. It's basic with no frills as such, no feeds or bulletins. There are a set of apps that you could pop open in a new window, but no split screen. There are certain features that are unique to this phone. One, the interface works in landscape orientation like a tablet, which is quite nice. The phone can also record a video of the screen in full HD. Not useful to the regular user, but those who want to record their screen without rooting the device, this is a good option. And last but not least, the answering machine, which takes your call messages without the carrier voicemail. And you can record your own greetings and customize when the call is answered. I think this is a very killer feature on the Z3 Plus, and it was also there in the previous generations, and it was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted this phone so bad. For someone who's busy, who's in between meetings, gets a lot of unwanted calls, this feature could mean a lot to you. And the way they've integrated it is phenomenal. You get all your messages right there in the call log, and you can play them right from the call log where you get your missed calls and your dialed calls, and you don't have to open a separate app, which is great. And the other thing is, while the message is being recorded, you can choose to take the call in the middle of the recorded message, just like a regular answering machine. I think this is brilliant. Needless to say, all the phones pack in quite the specs under the hood, and in the real world, all of them work exceptionally well. We played hours of games and could not experience much difference in between the phones. Of course, some felt slightly better than the others, but if you just turn to specs, there is no glaring shortcoming. To be finicky, one could say that the M9 Plus adopts a MediaTek processor which is not as efficient as a Qualcomm or an Exynos chipset, or you could say that LG cut corners with a hexa-core Snapdragon 808 chipset, but they all come with 3GB of RAM and are pretty fast phones. To test the performance, we also did some benchmarking scores for the heck of it, and we charged all the phones to 100% and rebooted them before the test to ensure a level playing ground. Samsung seems to be leading in both the Antutu and Geekbench scores. But performance across other aspects is important too. The Galaxy S6 screen was the most vibrant and good to look at in comparison to others. LG would be the second best, and the HTC One M9 Plus the third. Sadly, the Xperia Z3 Plus is the weakest of the lot. It felt a little washed out on certain viewing angles. And when we talk about outdoor situations, all the phones except the S6 were barely visible in harsh sunlight, even on full brightness. And then there is sound. Speakers are often neglected in smartphones, but HTC has pioneered a different approach with their front-firing stereo speakers. We have to point out that over the last 3 generations, HTC One still retains the tag for the best speaker on a smartphone. The others are still loud enough, but don't deliver the same experience. Even the battery life on all the phones is pretty good, with little difference in real-time performance. Even though the S6 has the smallest capacity, the AMOLED screen compensates well. And it was the Z3 Plus that lasted the longest, and that was due to its Full HD screen that barely sipped on battery. The camera is probably one of the most important factors in deciding a smartphone. All the four phones come with worthy cameras with a little difference here and there. HTC One M9 Plus and the Z3 Plus come with 20.7 megapixel sensors, and the S6 and the G4 come with 16 megapixel sensors. But the sensor is half the story. Optics, interface, and add-on features also make a huge difference. We tested all the phones under different situations: extreme close-up macro shots, night shots with the flash on, outdoor shots, and even selfie shots. And in most of the photographs, it was the Samsung Galaxy S6 that emerged victorious, getting almost every shot right in the first go. Even the photographs from the S6 looked better on most occasions, and we would have to say that the G4 came in a close second. Both the M9 Plus and the Z3 Plus are not bad cameras, but in comparison to the G4 and the S6, fell slightly short. Of all the phones, it's the Z3 Plus which is the only one that heated up when the camera was turned on for a long time, and sometimes the app crashed as well, a problem that we have experienced in the previous generation as well. But let's not forget that the Z3 Plus comes with a dedicated shutter button and can also take shots underwater, where there is no comparison at all. I think in today's day and age, design is the biggest factor when picking a smartphone, for the simple reason they all pack in pretty much the same specs, and performance at this level is also pretty much at par. In the real world, you can't really tell a difference, and that's where design comes into play. If we had to pick a winner, it would be the Galaxy S6. There are no two ways about it. It's got the best screen, the best camera, it's the slimmest and the lightest. And if you really like the S6, you should also check out the S6 Edge. We really love that phone, and I've actually compared it with the iPhone 6 in a video. That's a phone that you should check out. It really stands out and looks really sexy. Anyway, what do you think about these four phones? If you have any questions about them, feel free to ask in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And if you've made it this far in the video, come on, be nice, like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.